We've told you guys that white supremacists are a stench, is toxic, and they are a terror to the whole American society. Now, we have a black bartender that was just doing his job, and you had two white supremacists walk in using racial slurs. The white manager step in to kick them out, and at the end, they end up breaking the nose of the manager for stepping in and defend the black employee. Let's roll that clip.
Right away when they came in, they were dropping the N-word, which terrible. We have a black bartender that we just employed, and we weren't having it that night.
Barracho manager Jade Cardwell says he believed right away these two customers you see in images from the bar's security cameras were looking for trouble.
They ended up buying a drink and then saying, hey, put it on the Black Lives Matter guy and F that guy.
Cardwell wanted them gone, but says when he told them to get out, he too became a target.
I wear a man bun, so he smacked my man bun and called me another derogatory term and wanted to challenge me outside. And normally when that happens, we allow them to go outside and then try and get the door shut behind them.
But this time, he claims the two men yanked him out with them.
One of them ripped my hair out and ripped my shirt, and it escalated over towards their car.
That's when one of the suspects pulled out a knife. Cardwell says he was hit so hard in his face during the fight that they broke his nose, requiring surgery to fix the damage. Police were called, but the suspects got away. Cardwell says while the physical pain has been excruciating, it's nothing compared to what his staff is going through emotionally.
I'm born and raised in Spokane. I've never, maybe it's just the shelter I've been in, but I've never experienced something like that.
I've said this many times before. We talked about this after Charlottesville when Heather Heyer was killed by that white supremacist. White folks aren't safe around white supremacists. We saw in Sutherland Springs here in Texas that a white guy was shot up a church full of white folks. We looked at Las Vegas, the shooting up of the white people. Anytime they get those attitudes, they don't care about killing up other white folks, and especially white supremacists. They feel that you should be hateful just as much as them. That man didn't ask you to come in there and harass him or call him the N-word as was being reported or saying about the Black Lives Matter guy, because you got to understand when they say Black Lives Matter, that refers to all black people. People that's not even associated with any type of Black Lives Matter, they automatically say you're Black Lives Matter. You would think they would not even want to say that, but yet they keep saying that word over and over and over. But the thing is, it's happened in Spokane, Washington. Now, Washington State, another state that don't have a lot of black people. And this is just what I'm realizing as I'm doing more and more of these news stories. Black people need to be cautious in any state or city that you are very low in the population. You got to be careful with that because they feel more emboldened to try you or to do something when you don't have that much in the population size. Now, this guy had a broken nose. They pulled out knives, everything else, just because this guy didn't want them inside of the restaurant harassing an employee along racial lines. They could have went down to the local white supremacist bar. They got them all over in the ear. They could have went down to some white supremacist bar that don't have no black folks in it. But no, they, like you said, they wanted to come in there and start trouble. And I told white people this many times before, you're going to have to deal with your white supremacy problem. It's not black people's issue to deal with, because as you see more and more as they go along, they're going to get more violent even toward other white folks because you're not agreeing with them because they feel like they're dying out. They see that they're going to be the minority. They don't want to be in the minority because they have a pack mentality. And all the time that they feel they emboldened to do something, it's more of them. So when it's less of them and they will look up, there's going to be more black and brown people in this country. They don't want to be emboldened as much as they were used to be when they were in the majority. They're afraid that the political landscape is going to change when all these black and brown people become the majority and they start voting in the people that they want in. So you're going to see more and more of them being violent. So they will attack white people that don't agree with white supremacy or them harassing black people. So I'm just letting you know before more of this start happening to other white people, you need to deal with them. They're not a joke to laugh at. Some of them could be in your family. I don't know. You can't just say, well, I don't agree with him. Or I don't agree with her. She's just that way. No, being that way will get you your life took. Trust me. These people are terrorists. They don't mean America no good, but yet they claim they're patriots. How? I don't understand that. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Share the video, like the commentary, subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell to find out when we post new news stories or live streams.